See? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday, bank holiday Friday, in fact. Bank holiday, the perfect weekend for going out and drinking, going to farmers markets, foodie festivals, which we'll talk about in a minute. But hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Kate Carney. I do this. Sip and Share, the UK's #1 craft gin and spirits exclusive members discount club. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. And after 8 days of traveling the country, which I've been doing, not too much gin drinking, fortunately or unfortunately, I have returned home to, I think, one of the largest boxes in history. And to be very fortunate to have a chat with the lovely Craig. Now, I'm going to call him Craig from Cornish Blue. However, it's Craig from Mother's Ruin because there's a second baby in the family. So let's bring Craig on. And whilst I get the box, Craig can show off the bottle and tell us a bit. Phone going crazy. Tell us a bit about. Right, come on, Craig. Hello,
Hey,
hello,
everyone.
hello.
All right, how's things?
That's
Yeah, so this is our second gin. Sorry about the quality of the picture. We're actually on our travels ourselves at the minute. We're in Brighton, getting ready for our foodie festival tomorrow. But yeah, so we launched last night. You probably see on our social media. We launched Commander Fox, which is obviously the same sort of style as the same style of bottle as the Cornish Blue. You've got the flamingos and
I
the
love
and then
the colours, the blue and the orange. That is a nice colour palette, isn't it?
it is, yeah, matches quite well, and it's designed around my, obviously with me being in the Navy, it's designed around the Navy ranks. And we've got a little Pomeranian called Little Pomeranian, and she's the boss of the house. So she's the highest rank. So she's the commander of the group. So so we've named it after her.
Well, same bottle, but is the bottle painted or wrapped, or is it?
So it's a spray. So it's a special spray on the bottle. So the blue one's a nice blue bottle, blue sprayed, and then this one's the orange sprayed.
Nice. So, Commander Fox. So, how long ago did you launch Cornish Blue?
We launched on the 17th of December 2020, Cornish Blue.
Yes, you did. Most popular
And
gin Sip and Share has ever had.
oh, good. Nice to hear.
So, followed up with its sister or brother.
Sister, little sister.
Little sister. Okay, cool. So you're on your travels. You've got a foodie festival down in Brighton this weekend. So anybody that's around Brighton, get themselves down to the foodie festival and get yourself some gin. Right, I've got a giant box here. So why I open all these amazing gifts? It is like Christmas. Tell us about this, Craig. Tell us about this and the difference between the two and why you chose. Teach us about.
Obviously, Cornish Blue was the London Dry based gin. Had a little bit of a sweet kick, so it helped with the dry gin drinkers and sweet gin drinkers. What we didn't want to do is be like a lot of gin companies do and bring out so many different gins, but they're really just a twist on their previous gin. We wanted to do something really old fashioned. So back in 1751, there was 1 in 5 households were making gin in their baths, like with ethanol. We're making all the really with white spirits and turpentine, and it was just really bad way of making gin. But 1 in 5 households were making it. So what they used to have to do is then sweeten it down with honey or demerara sugar and allow to make it actually palatable. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to make a really unique gin called an Old Tom style gin. So it's an Old Tom style gin. The distillery process, when we obviously come out the still at 67%, we have to water it down with Cornish spring water. But instead of like the London Dry watering it down with just plain Cornish spring water, the Commander Fox, we've watered it down with a demerara sugar syrup. So it's Cornish spring water with the demerara sugar syrup in, which then waters it down into to the 40%, giving it that little sweet kick. But it's the Old Tom style gin.
Nice. So I'm gonna. That sounds beautiful. I didn't know about that method of. Normally you kind of cut it down with water, but you're cutting it down with sugared water in effect, or a syrup.
Yeah, like a syrup.
So the description of this is a smooth, warming, foxy gin. with fiery hints of cinnamon and vanilla, emits a slightly spicy aroma. Oh my good lord! Balanced with notes from clove, nutmeg, and allspice. So why did you choose? So that's got some body to it. And I asked you earlier if it's off camera, if it's got, do I have tonic with it? I was like, is there tonic in the box? And you said it might be ginger beer or ginger ale.
Ginger ale. So we would recommend it. So we wanted obviously the Cornish Blue you can have with a Mediterranean tonic or any premium tonic, and then we'll go into the preserves in a minute. So the Cornish Blue you have with Mediterranean tonic or a premium tonic. And we wanted something different where obviously the Cornish Blue is good with a lemonade as well. But then we wanted something really different with a Commander Fox. And because we've got cocoa nibs, we've got vanilla, we've got cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice berries. So we've taken all of the rosemary, basil, lemon thyme out of it, and then replaced it with these. So it gives it that little bit of a fiery kick. But it's a gin which actually, if you poured it over ice and let it stand for a couple of seconds, it actually is a gin you could just drink neat. It's one of those type of gins, but that's why, because it's got the cinnamon, the nutmeg. Oh, drinking from the bottle. And then, so we recommend it with a ginger ale. A ginger beer, if you like a ginger beer, it's quite nice, but it gives you that tickle in the back of your throat, which I don't like that with ginger beer, where ginger ale is a little bit softer and allows you to drink the drink without coughing.
That's very nice. So as we learned from Cornish Blue, very smooth. It's kind of like a warming spice, and then you get a slight sweetness, but it doesn't taste sugary. It doesn't taste like a sugary at all. It's a sippable. You could drink this like winter or summer or any.
What we want to do, everyone thinks of cinnamon, nutmeg, all of those type of things as a wintry type thing. We're trying not to do that. We're trying. It's actually a drink which we would say in the summer, nice cold glass with loads of ice in, bit of ginger ale, and lovely sunset. So we want it to be an all year round drink, and we got the positive vibes from our launch last night. Is everyone was loving it in cocktails.
I'm going to also some food at some point with all this. We'll talk about that in a minute. Tell us about the launch last night.
So the launch was in a really nice place called the Garrison. It's an old-fashioned army barracks in Cornwall, and it's been converted into like a little bar slash gallery, and it was really nice. We had about 100 to 150 people there. We did canapes with all of our preserves. So all the preserves you're slowly taking out your box.
Okay, amazing.
So we did canapes with everything. And that's what it is. Unfortunately, you haven't got one of these cards in your box because they arrived after we shipped it, because we wanted it there. We wanted it there by Friday for you.
Yeah, of course. Oh, but take a photo and pop it in the group, or send me a picture of that, and I'll pop it on. This is Cornish black bee honey. Oh my god, I bet you can make a good cocktail with that.
Yes. So the card which I'll put in, and last night they did a few cocktails. We got like a gin book, an old Tom Collins, all using the new Commander Fox. And a little bit about the preserves is we are, as we said back in 2020 when we first had the chat, we are literally a eco-friendly, plastic-free company. So what we try to do is, because we use a lot of fresh botanicals, so we use the one you've just held up, the limes and lemon, lime and lemon marmalade. Once you've peeled the limes and lemons, most distillers are just left with the fruit, and you can either use them, and the people might use them in cocktails. But what we thought, why not use another Cornish company? So the Cornish Larder, who is a really good friend of ours, we went down there, played around with a few recipes. This is what we want. All the botanicals, or near enough all the botanicals within our Cornish Blue, we wanted to make sure that they were being used. So like once you've peeled the rosemary off the rosemary bush, everything to make a gin perfectly, you have to do it by the grammage. So every batch is exactly the same. Well, sometimes I take too much rosemary off the tree. Sometimes we take too much elderflower. So we're always left with loads. So instead of wasting it, we had a full, with all the byproducts, is a full range of preserves covering all forms of palates, so vegetarians, vegans, everything, so meats. So you've got like the rosemary, basil, and mint jelly, which is lovely over lamb or vegetables. Then you've got obviously the honey, which goes in both of the gins, so the Commander Fox and the Cornish Blue.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's a so the botanicals will be on the next batch of bottles. You'll get the botanicals. So, but the Cornish black bee honey it was nearly went extinct, and where we live in the Rhine Peninsula, so Mount Edgecombe all the way around to Looe, there's hidden black bee hives, and we utilise the honey from the Rhine Peninsula. And then you've got the acai berry jam, or acai, however you want to pronounce it.
Oh, how do you pronounce it? Which one do you, acai?
Pronounce acai. The Brazilians pronounce it acai. So, and that's a berry from Brazil. So we, instead of just a traditional strawberry jam, we thought, well, let's make an acai jam. So it's slightly different. So, and all these can be bought on the website. It can be all bought in gift sets. What we try to do is put them in gift sets of 3, because we don't want it's postage and all those. And then
you don't want to be shipping out one
jar. We do like a breakfast set. We do like a breakfast set, and we do like a dinner set. So,
and then you've got these. I bet the kind of this. First of all, Craig, this is such a good idea. Like, I remember when we first spoke about the Cornish Blue, and I was left with the impression, A, that you were really good fun, had a really good value set, but also that you care about gin, obviously, but also that you're kind of interested in interesting things, like from your travels of being in the Navy and different botanicals from around the world, and then lots of stuff that you can grow at home as well. I just remember feeling like, and obviously it turned out to be incredibly popular, the Cornish Blue one. So the fact that you're then doing this just doesn't surprise me at all, and it's all under the Mother's Ruin. So this is using the Cornish Blue.
So,
these using the Cornish Blue gin botanical.
So yeah, all of them have got the gin. All of them have got the Cornish Blue gin in them as well. So they've all got a hint of gin. So a bit like you were doing about a flambé. So you we make the process, the gin's in, the cookery process burns the form alcohol, but all of the products apart from the honey is all got the gin in as well, so it just brings all the flavors.
Amazing. So who's the chef then? First of all, mixer.
So yeah, so our friend called the Jake, which is the Cornish larder. So he makes all the preserves for us, and a guy called Joe Widdicombe who gets our the honey for us. And like I say, the sauces you've got are great as well, because especially this time of year, you've got the barbecue sets, you've got the honey and mustard barbecue sauce, smoky barbecue sauce, jalapeno, you've got sweet chili, and then you've got the piri. So you've got a full range of sauces for chicken wings, salad dressings, dips. So it's a full. What we wanted to do is have a full range of. You could have it, and we proved it last night at the launch of Commander Fox. We had a full range of canapes, from startery type ones to desserts, and everything was being using our sauces or jams or jellies or honey. So it was just, and we thought we made too much, but it all went down really well. So
100 to 150 people just absolutely consumed it and wiped you out. So you sell all of this stuff on your website, and then I'm going to guess that if there's local farm shops and the larder people that you mentioned that sell all of this as well, like it's a really impressive set, and it's a really nice looking set. Like your designer or yourself or partner have done a really, really good job. It looks really together.
Yeah, so we're still not sure. We want to bring. We're not going to bring out another 10 preserves for the Commander Fox, but we're looking at bringing a couple of things out, maybe a chocolate bars or something, so to go alongside the Commander Fox. But we're concentrating on a few new ideas which are coming out shortly. Some which no other distillers are doing yet, so they're going to be coming out in the next few months.
This I can really imagine that. I mean, the chocolate, that's interesting you say that, because I've just had it with ginger ale, by the way, and I just want to be outside now. I just want to go and sit in the garden,
relax, feet up.
I was just about to say feet up, with orange jumper, orange branding, which looks beautiful. I can really imagine like a concentrate of this in a chocolate, because it's kind of sweet and punchy, and it's got a little bit of spice, and I can imagine like a tiny piece of ginger wrapped inside. Make some notes, Craig. Let's do it. Let's design your chocolate box if you've not already. Wrapped in chocolate.
Already in process.
Yeah, what a hardship that is. So you had your launch party last night. Was it a heavy night? Was it a late one? Was it cocktails everywhere?
We were being quite sensible because we were on the road quite early to get to Brighton. With it being Bank Holiday weekend, we thought, oh, actually, we need to set off a little bit early, which we did, and we got here safe and sound. And so we're all ready for tomorrow, all set up, ready to go. But we just wanted to make sure that we had it. So the bottle you've got now is the bottles we distilled the gin. We've had the gin distilled for about 3 or 4 weeks. Right. Bottles hadn't arrived, so the bottles were like all set stone. The launch was Thursday, so we were like, right, Monday we need to bottle. Bottles didn't arrive, so bottles arrived Tuesday, going to bottle them. Oh no, wax has arrived. So the wax arrived late Tuesday afternoon. So my friend Mandy and I were in the unit bottling and waxing till God knows what time. And then Wednesday was all the deliveries, because we'd already prepaid all the deliveries, all the DHLs, post roll mails, everything to get out to the customers, because we wanted them to have the bottles in their hand tonight so they could obviously join in with you and have them ready for the Bank Holiday weekend. So that was our priority, to get those out on Wednesday, and then making canapes all day on Thursday, ready for the launch on Thursday night, and then set off nice and early this morning.
So you're absolutely knackered is one point.
Yes.
This is very, very Moorish. Moorish is the word I'm going to go with, which both of them are. So it's not a surprise, because I think you know what you like, and you make something that you like and is popular. There's kind of like no other way to say it. Like it's very smooth, it's very tasty. And I'm going to say one thing, because every time I say there's a gin, so I'm going to list the botanicals: juniper, coriander, orange peel, cinnamon, clove, allspice, berry seeds, honey, nutmeg, orris root, elderflower, hibiscus, cardamom, cacao nibs, vanilla, and organic demerara sugar. What I want to tell everybody is this is not spicy, and it's not a cinnamon overload, because when you hear these sorts of botanicals, like, you could read that and go, oh my God, that's going to smack me in the face with allspice and punch and be a bit make your eye go funny. And I don't know whether it's it's the balance of all the things, isn't it? The vanilla, for me, the vanilla and obviously the sweetness of the sugar, it's very smooth. It's almost got a softness to it. And I wonder, how do you have it with orange? Do you put a slice of orange?
Randomly got an orange with me, but yeah. Hey! So we recommend it with either an orange slice or an orange peel. Peel like wheel, because it just brings those flavors out. Like we say, my best friend Mandy, her husband hates cinnamon, and he trialed it last night, because we've kept it really under wraps. Like, no one apart from myself, my friend Mandy, there's a couple of us who've been trying. This one took a lot longer to get right than Cornish Blue did, because it was taking the time. It was like, well, I need to add a bit more of this in. I need to take a little bit of this out. So it took us about 15, 20 attempts to really get it perfect. And then once we got it right, we trialed it. There's a little shop called the Little Gin Shack down in Weybridge, and we had a little gin open, and it was like, right, you 10, 20 guys are ready to try it for the first time, and we want honest opinions. And there was one lady who didn't like ginger ale, she didn't like cinnamon, she didn't like nutmeg, and she didn't like it, but all the others did. But yeah, my friend Mandy's husband hates cinnamon, and then drank it last night and go, actually, I like this and I want more. So it's just one of those things which we want people to like our products. We don't want to be like a lot of distillers do and have 10, 20 different products. We want 1, 2, maybe 3 products, and that's us. We can tweak those, make Navy strength versions of them, and that's it.
I can imagine. So Scott's just commented, I love an Old Tom, can't wait to try this, sounds beautiful. It is Scott. You'll be very pleased to know, and Scott has a lot of gin.
Scott's actually, we're meeting up with Scott next weekend in London. So we're going up to see them next weekend.
Oh, you're gonna do some stuff together.
We are. That's
Oh,
all
that's
secret.
so exciting. Oh, it's secret. That's
Secret
very
secrets. But he's
That's
we're going to go and see them next weekend. So my husband and I.
oh my goodness, I can only imagine what a party. Yeah, that is going to be. Throw gin in the mix as well. That would be brilliant. Have you? So I can imagine a navy strength of Cornish blue would go down like legendary.
Yeah. So
have you tried it? Have you played with it?
Yeah, so it's all ready. We're just waiting for the bottles to arrive. So it's all in the mix. And we're going to try and launch that prior to Christmas. But in the meantime, we're in the middle of tweaking and I know this is a gin club, but we're in the middle of making our rum as well. So
can you tell us about your rum, or about kind of your approach to rum, like what sort of
everyone would think, oh yeah, being a Navy guy, love rum. It's actually, I don't like rum at all. So it was really hard when obviously rum's becoming quite popular to go, actually, how do I make a rum which I would drink? So we've been playing around with recipes. We still can't talk about the name yet because the name's very secret until the trademark comes back, because we've burnt our bridges a few times with the trademark. So we thought, well, we'll get the rum's very vanilla-y, because what we wanted to do is, and I'll quickly go back to the Commander Fox. If you look at the bottle, if you look on the side of the bottle, you've got a little sailing ship. So the sailing ship is where the commander is sailing the ship. Above the little ship, you can see the little flamingos. So go back to the ship, you can see the little flamingos flying away, which is the Cornish blue.
Oh, nice. I see what you're doing.
And then if you twist the bottle around a little bit, you may see a little mermaid tail in the water. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the hint of the next one coming out, which is going to be our rum, which we can't talk about the name yet, but that's going to be our rum. And that's why, because we link everything together. So the Cornish blue got the obviously juniper, the elderflower, the elderflower, the hibiscus. Commander Fox has got the same, but obviously we're moving on to the rum. We've got the vanilla and the cocoa nibs. So when you try, it's going to be a spiced rum, but it's going to be very like chocolatey, vanilla-y, and very palatable. And it's going to be a rum where we would prefer people to drink it neat. But
I like that. I like doing that.
But it'll be a rum which you could have with a cola or a Coke. But we were going to try and make it where it's preferably just drink neat over ice.
I like that, because I do worry about the rum drinkers, that it's a little bit default to like a rum cocktail, and I don't always want a cocktail, to be honest. Like, I do love a cocktail. I love an espresso martini. I bet that would make a very good rum espresso martini.
And the bottle will be hopefully, we've just got to get it right. The bottle will be just as good as our two products at the minute, but even stand out even more, because that's what we want. We want the three to join together. So the three products, it's all the same type of glass, same shape bottles, but the new rum, which will be out hopefully back end of the year, will stand out, and it'll be quite flamboyant, like we are.
Like we are, like the shirt we have on our backs. Well, that's very exciting, and really interesting the fact you're making for you as a gin drinker, you're making a rum that you could drink neat, because I think that's the thing. There's still this there's an interest in rum, but there's still this like fear of rum. So then you're going to have. Can we talk about the colour? Can you tell us what the colour? So we've got our beautiful blue.
It's going to be quite tealy.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's all I'll say at the moment, but it's going to be quite tealy.
That's all I'm going to say.
But it's something which it links everything together. So that's a good thing. It links the Commander Fox, the flamingos. It links everything together.
I feel like this is the start of a pub quiz, like we would say to everybody. And so, names on a postcard, please. Suggestions or guesses, not suggestions. Guesses on a postcard. Well, unsurprisingly, it's delicious. I'm actually drinking it going, I can't believe it's 40% because it's so smooth. So it's like dangerous. This is the gin. And this one is the same for me. This is the gin. You know, when you go and see your mates, but they're mates that like alcohol, like your proper friends that really like spirits, that will appreciate things. this is the one I take. There's only a bit left. I realised I took it to a wedding, snuck it into a wedding, and drank it with my bestie. A few years ago. I shouldn't say that. But this is the equivalent, and it's just slightly sweeter with just that kind of warming spice. But I definitely think you can drink it neat, no question, with an like a burnt orange peel thing inside it, or even just a tiny dash of ginger ale. It's very, very nice. So that makes me this consistency makes me even more excited about the rum. And to be honest, Craig, whatever you decide to do, because you've obviously got a palate, you've obviously got an eye for attention to detail and an interest in gin and spirits and botanicals, and that's good pedigree. That's good.
Thank you.
Good pedigree. So launch night last night. We've got the bottles on Sip and Share. How many have you got left of this batch, by the way?
So we made a lot because we shot ourselves in the foot with Cornish Blue. We sold 295 bottles in 2.5 days on batch one. So we made a double batch of Commander Fox. So we've got probably about 300 odd bottles left. But yes, we're constantly making. We've already planned to get into the distillery, and we're making more in the next few weeks. So yeah, so it's going to be hopefully. It was the first time last night I actually saw people drinking it and actually people getting drunk on it, because I've been having a little drink of it and then try a bit more and then drink. But I've never had a night on it, on like where Cornish Blue have had many a nights on it. But Commander Fox, it was nice to see people merry, and the compliments last night was great.
And it will, just on one other point. So it's you can drink it neat. It will do an excellent cocktail, won't it? Last night, I imagine you did a lot of the cocktails, but it will do an excellent cocktail, and because it's got a clear flavor profile, but not an overpowering one. I think it's really important that people that don't like cinnamon are not going to go, oh my God, this is too much. They're not going to do that. They're going to go, oh, this is lovely, round and balanced and smooth, and got like a little hint of honey thing going on to it, and like slight vanilla and a bit of warmth. I feel quite strongly about that point, because people read cinnamon and go, nah, I don't like a gin with cinnamon in it.
Well, the three things. The perfect serve is we recommend a ginger ale. It does work with a premium tonic, but non-flavored tonic. So it will only work with like an Indian or a light. So that's what we say. But we recommend a ginger ale. And then the three cocktails we've tweaked and worked over, and that's what we've put onto the card, which I'll send you a copy over. Is a thing called a gin book, which is Commander Fox. So obviously Commander Fox, orange juice, a dash of lime, I never say it right, Angusta bitters or however it's pronounced, and then ginger ale, and then espresso martini really works well with an Old Tom gin, and then also an Old Tom Collins. So you get the Tom Collins and what you hear about, but an Old Tom Collins is using an Old Tom style gin, and that's the one we recommend, which people were dying for last night. The bar was the wanted table service last night, and it got to a stage where people liked the gin that much. There were queues at the bar, a bit like the olden days when we were allowed to queue at bars and drink.
So congratulations on all of that. Very best of luck with the rum. We will look forward to seeing that when that time comes. Go and give Mothersbury Win 1751. I want to say 1751.
Yep, that's correct. The gin.
A follow, yeah. And have a look at your website of the entire cookery collection. I feel like I'm going to go on. I was going to say can't cook, won't cook, which is a throwback reference, I think, for people that are younger. And I will be able to cook with all of these. So thank you so much for this plethora. I will, before I eat and drink too much of it, take some lovely pictures of it. Oh, and Scott says Cornish Blue Flamingo comes in a pre-mixed can too. Yes, I have seen these actually as well.
Yeah, so we're the first in Cornwall to produce a 8% proof gin and Cornish Blue Flamingo gin in a can. So it's not like when you jump on the train and you drink and it's like tastes like sparkling water. We've actually produced a proper, so the first in Cornwall to do it, and it's a 8% proof. So it's like drinking a double gin and tonic at home. And they fly off the shelves, because people want, if they're going to go and buy a can, they're drinking the can properly because they want to have a drink. So that's what we were fed up of drinking like 4% or 5%, 22 or 25 or 33 milliliter gins. We thought, no, we want a 50 milliliter gin in a can drink, and we've made it with our very own tonic as well. Played around with a tonic, so we've got those, and they fly off the shelf. We couldn't believe we're making 10,000 at a time at the minute, so they're flying off the shelves. And then soon to be, hopefully, if we can get our hands on a ginger ale syrup, we will be making a Commander Fox in a pre-made, ready-to-drink can as well.
Well, amazing. I tell you what, after my train line, 7.5-hour train journey back last night from London, we need to get Avanti West Coast on here, because I was drinking Tanqueray out of a tin. It was the only thing they had.
Thanks for reminding me of that. I always forget about McCann's, and thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, it was Scott. Well done, Scott. Thank you very much. Right then, well, we better let everyone get on with their Friday night. Very best of luck, Craig, at the food festival tomorrow. Not that you're going to need it, and we'll keep our eye on the socials. And yeah, the other thing, which I'll get Donna to talk to you about, is let's see if we can do an offer for the two of them together, because they're such a pretty set. So we'll get Donna on the case with that. Right, I better go, because I've got to go and do a thing now as well. So thanks everybody for joining us, and nice one, Craig. Get a good night's sleep and have a great weekend.
Thank you. See you soon, guys.